Join us for our final session of the day, a Thai street food cook-along with a wonderful Thai chef called Yui Miles, and that's in partnership with the Tourism Authority of Thailand. Now, we'll be back in just a moment when I'll be cooking alongside with Chef Yui.
Hello there. We miss you so much. It's been a while. How are you? You know, Thailand has something to tell you. The scenery here is so much more amazing. I look forward to welcoming you back. Waiting for your tight hugs, your pondering moments, your attention, your quality time well spent here in our country. People too await your return. Auntie Thai, the wok master, Nat, the barista, Uncle Pong, the potter. They all miss you. Lastly, we just want to tell you to take good care of yourself, and we look forward to seeing you. With all the love from Thailand.
Move forward with care, together. Amazing Thailand.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, before we start cooking, here's a short introduction from the Tourism Authority of Thailand.
Sawadee Ko, and welcome to this Thailand cook-along with our great friend, Chef Yui. Thai food really is a key ingredient to any amazing Thailand holiday experience, and we hope you'll come and visit us soon. Until then, why not book an appointment and visit our Thailand virtual stand at the destination show. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to somebody who I have actually worked with on a number of occasions, most recently at the destination show. I think that was the last live one we did. Please say a big hello and a warm welcome to Chef Yui Miles. Hello, Yui, how are you?
Hi, Sawadee Ka. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. We've had a really lovely day here, and this is going to be a really nice way to end the session here. Now, we should mention first of all that you are a Masterchef Quarter Finalist from 2019, aren't you?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. So, yes, 2019.
And what was your experience like on that show?
Oh, it's such a great experience, and it just opens so many doors. Especially, you have the passion of cooking, and the recipes have been handed down from my mom and my nans, and it was just so privileged to actually show some of my recipes that have been taught for my parents.
Fantastic. And you had such a great time on that show. But you mentioned there that actually
Yes.
you've got a dual heritage, haven't you? You've got Chinese and Thai.
Yes, so my dad's side is Chinese and my mom's side is Thai, and it's really typical Thai culture that we have mixed race between Thai and Chinese. And so I've been brought up with both different beautiful cultures, which is, and I love cooking both Thai and Chinese food as well.
And I've obviously looked at your website over the last few years. It's called Crying Tiger Cafe. And one of the things I
Yes.
read there was that when you were a little girl, at a very young age, you would be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't you?
Yes, exactly. I used to hate that because my nan actually, we have to actually sleep on the bamboo mat because my nan believed that sleep on the bamboo mat is make you healthier. So we don't have a really nice duvet or anything like that. And then she woke us up at 4 o'clock, say, "Come on, then you just cooking, and then we just going to give our food that we cook to the monk, and we are just used to hate it. But I mean, when you think of that, it's just like something that teach you how to give your love of food to people that you expect.
And I guess that's part of the reason why you did so well on MasterChef, and of course everything you've done since. Now we'll talk a lot about the other things that you've done as we go along, and also want to talk about your family and your travels. And I'm sure you probably haven't been back to Thailand in the last 12 months, so hopefully we'll talk about that as well. But would you tell everybody what dish that you're going to cook for us today? And I'm going to attempt to cook it along with you because I've got a setup here as well.
That would be really good. So for this dish is really famous and really popular Thai street food, which called kraprao. And today we have so many kraprao. You can have kraprao mu, kraprao gai, kraprao guung. So you can mix with any kind of meat. You can have mu is the minced pork, nua with pork with beef, and then prawn with guung. So, but today we're going to use prawns today. And it's really easy street food, but it's really famous in Thai street food. So we believe that sometimes we can't think of anything to eat. We just when you go to the street food and they will ask you what you want to do, what you want to order, you just say, "Oh, I don't know, just let's have kapao." That's kind of phrase that a lot of Thai people say.
Now. You're going to be serving this with Thai jasmine rice, and I've got mine here. Now,
Yes.
my lovely wife is here on the camera, so she's going to tilt down for me. I know we can see everything you've got there. We've got a lovely shot. But here's my rice. And when we spoke the other day, you taught me that trick about how to cook rice perfectly with the first and the second knuckle on the finger. And it's working perfectly. So would you tell everyone how that works?
So basically, Thai people don't really measure how much water in rice. I never measure it until I actually doing some cooking classes here in the UK, and I have to actually measure how many ml of water and how much gram of rice. So basically, if you put some rice on and then you rinse some water and you put the water above the rice, and then if you put your index finger onto the top. So for example, this is my the rice on my palm, my hands here. And if you put your finger on top of your rice and your water, you need to have your water about under your first knuckle. So that's the first method. Or you can dip in to the end of your rice, to the bottom of your saucepan, and then your water should be around here, the second knuckle. So that's the technique. And
it's so good because I just brought it up to the boil, put a timer on for 10 minutes, and then you just then turn it off and leave it with the lid on for like another 5 minutes, and it's done.
Yes.
Because I did practice this yesterday, Yui, like you told me to, so it all worked really, really well. So this is ready to go here. So rice is just going to do its thing. I've got my wok set up on my induction hob, and I imagine a lot of people are kind of surprised that you can do wonderful food like this on an induction hob.
Of course, yeah, because I mean, I've got both sides. I've got the gas and the induction, but today I'm going to use the induction hob, and you can actually use induction hob doing some Thai street food as well. It's just to
Fabulous.
know how hot, the temperature of the induction.
Lovely. Now, I've got all my ingredients set here. This was another tip that you gave me, which was make sure you have all of your ingredients in exactly the right place. So I've got them all in little bowls set down here. How important is that when you're doing Thai cooking?
It is. It's sometimes with Thai food, Thai cooking, a lot of time we spend with the preparations. You will have to shop everything ready to go, because when you're on the high heat, it will only literally take about 5 or 10 minutes to cook. So it doesn't take a lot time at all to cook, but you need to get the ingredients ready in hand, and then you can just walk it away and be ready in 5-10 minutes.
Fabulous. Now, will you take us through all the ingredients you've got for this particular dish?
Yes, of course. So for kraprao's part, we're going to have the finely chopped garlic and then chili. So the type of chili depend on how brave you are. I'm using bird eye chilies mixed with the big red chilies. So I have sort of like a medium hot. And then we have some sauces here. I've got oyster sauce, soy sauce, fish sauce, and sugar. So Thai cooking surprisingly use a lot of sugar, but because of we like to contrast the flavor, so we have sugar to actually make it all umami. And then I've got a lovely king prawns here. I love to use fresh raw king prawns, and I love to leave the head in as well because they just look prettier, and you can eat them as well, believe it or not. And then I've got some vegetable oil, and then I've got 2 eggs here. So we're gonna do some crispy fried egg, which is a really must do with this dish and any kapow dish as well. And then I've got some cucumber to leave it on the side because this dish is quite hot. So we just have to eat the cucumber on the side just to cool your mouth down. And then a typical Thai dipping sauce or condiment we call nam pla prik, which is nam pla mean fish sauce and prik mean chili. So basically we only need lime juice, fish sauce, chili, and a little bit of garlic, and we're gonna mix them together. So I'm gonna show you towards the end for this one. And and then for the vegetables, we have I've got here holy basil. But if you can't find holy basil, you can use normal Thai basil or an Italian basil is fine as well. They're all delicious. And then we got some onions and some green beans. Some people add the carrots as well. You can add carrots or any kind of vegetables really.
Now, I noticed you mentioned the holy basil, the Thai basil there, and I'm very pleased that you can get that in pretty much every supermarket now. I got mine from Sainsbury's yesterday. Other supermarkets are available, folks. We're very fair here. But I think you do some work with Sainsbury's, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I'm part of the Sainsbury's Tastemaker. I think it's only 100 tastemakers that they pick all around the UK, and I'm so proud to be one of the hundreds. And I did a lot of commercial work and recipe developing for them as well. And I start to do recipe developing for a lot of the Thai brand curry pastes now as well.
Fantastic, that's wonderful. And but just before we start cooking then, because we're pretty much ready to go, I did want to ask you, have you managed to get home in the last 12 months or not? And are you hoping to get there as soon as you can?
No, unfortunately, we couldn't go back last year at all, but I really hope that I could go towards the end of this year. Yeah, so it's been such a long time because I normally go back every year.
And of course, you're doing a lot of work with the Tourism Authority of Thailand as well. How did that come about? Was that again from Masterchef?
Yes, it's from the Masterchef and the because I worked with the previous Masterchef finalists as well, and we just cooperate and working together. And I used to run some cooking events and with the Authority of Tourism of Thailand, and I did the destination show with the Authority of Tourism Thailand last year as well.
That's right. That was lovely.
Before.
You came and
Yes.
cooked food live with us, and then we were able to serve it out to like a couple of hundred people. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was such a great experience.
Well, fingers crossed we'll get to do that again. Now,
Yes.
I think we're pretty much ready to go with the food. But then once we've got the food done, I do want to ask you maybe afterwards about a few of the places that you would really encourage people to go in Thailand and some of the things that they could do. But I am ready. My wok is already on a medium heat. So I'm now in your hands, Yui. So I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to attempt to do a job as half as good as yours.
Okay.
So what's the
I'm
first
sure
step?
that you will perfect the dish, Andrew. So I'm going to bring you to Thai street food with this dish. if you cook along, it will be fantastic, and you just feel like you actually sit on in the Bangkok on the street eating this food. So basically, start with the turn it on your hob on high heat. So I've got induction, so I'll turn on number 9. But if you've got the gas, just turn on quite high heat. And then once it's hot, I'm just gonna turn it to sort of medium high, number 7, and add some vegetable oil. So it has to be quite neutral oil. It doesn't matter what vegetable oil you prefer. So
There we go.
I add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oils, and then leave it to get it hot, and then you will have your garlic and chili ready. And this point, when we cook in Thai street food or at home, the next door neighbor will know what you're cooking, because it's just the fragrance of it. and the sneezing is normal. So
that's from the chili.
Garlic and chilies in. Yes, that's right. So
there goes the garlic.
Yeah. And the sizzling sound is just absolutely inviting.
Love that. Oh, it smells amazing already, Yui.
It does. It's so gorgeous. It's the chili and the garlic together is such a perfect pair. So at this point, you need to keep stirring them and don't burn the garlic. You just need to cook the garlic until the garlic becomes so crisp, but not burnt. Keep stirring them. Okay.
Lovely. That's going a nice golden colour already.
Yeah, so my one as well, so that's good. And then you just add your prawns in, but if you, whatever meat you prefer to use, you can use chicken, minced pork, beef. It really depends on, or seafood is really nice as well. So add your prawns in, and then you add your, a quick stir, and then you add your onions in as well, Andrew.
Okay, in go the onions.
So I've got sliced onions in, and then have a quick stir. This is all about walking and stirring.
Oh, that's such a great smell.
Could
Fantastic.
smell. Yeah, it's really such a lovely smell. Just let them sizzle for a little bit. I just want the garlic and the prawns to cook for a couple more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you really hear that sizzle on the wok. It's fantastic.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I can hear you walking away there.
I love it. It's I've got like a stainless steel one, so I can use a stainless steel kind of spatula as well.
And you have that noise, don't you? Yeah.
There we go.
And the colour as well, it's really lovely. Now I'm going to put my green beans in.
Okay, green beans.
Yes. Goes in. Yeah. Oh, it smells lovely. It's just gonna stir fry them for another 3 minutes.
Now you should tell us, Yui, when did you come across? When did you come across to the UK, and where do you live now?
Oh, I moved to UK since 2001, so that's about nearly 20 years ago, and now I live in Essex. I have always been living in Essex, but I lived in Australia, Sydney, for about 3 years, and then moved back to England. Yeah.
Lovely. And did you ever train or work in restaurants, or have you always just done your own thing?
No, I never been trained from the like a chef or anything like that. I just always taught myself to learn, and then I done a bit of the supper club and private dining there, but normally I just learned it myself.
Well, that must be lovely then, because I know on your website, obviously once we're out of lockdown, but prior to that, you've been doing private dining and you do events for people, so people can get you to come along and cook. Is it just lovely when you have lots of people eating the food that you cook?
Oh, it's just so honoured. It's just so rewarding to actually see a lot of people, enjoying my food. And sometimes I'm on the Instagram as well, cooking with you if you wanted to follow. I've got so many recipes sharing, and I have so many lovely people actually cook along and tag me. It's just so rewarding to actually see people enjoying my recipes and that I share. So it's really lovely. And yeah, when you're doing some private cooking, private dining, you see, the smile of people with the empty plate, and they're just praising you and say, "Oh, we're gonna book you again." It's just a really lovely feeling.
Fantastic. Well, this smells amazing. We've got all the prawns are starting to caramelise now, and there's a lovely smell coming up from that.
Yes, that's right. So that's the key. You've got to let the prawns cook with the onions and the beans first, and then once these cook like this, it's really lovely, like so. I'm going to season them with the fish sauce, probably about a tablespoon of fish sauce, and then about a tablespoon of the soy, add that in, and then about a tablespoon of the oyster sauce, add that in as well. I make the ratio easier for you, so about a teaspoon of this sugar goes in.
Lovely. Does it matter if it's brown or white sugar?
It doesn't matter. Any sugar you prefer. But I've got brown sugar here, but you can actually add any sugar really.
There we go.
And you can see that's colorized really nicely now. You can see it's gorgeous. And that's quite important because you've got to let the prawns cook nicely first, and then you can season them. Otherwise, your stir fry is going to be a bit too watery. So, because it doesn't take long at all to actually cook the stir fry. Right.
Goodness
now,
me. There's like
go on.
So there's just like a whole new level of flavour that's just wafting up here now. It's just absolutely delicious.
Oh, that's great. And my pan is a little bit dry, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of water in just to water it down. Just a drop of water. And then you're going to have a quick stir before we put holy basils in. And we got holy basils. Yeah, I'm going to taste mine first, but I'm sure that it will taste like what I want. Oh yeah, it's spicy, salty, and a little bit of sweet, but it's just like that umami flavour. Oh,
wow!
It's just really, really good.
That is so good. I think there's probably a lot of people really at home watching this, and I think they're very jealous at the moment, Yui.
Yes, that's right. Unless
okay, so what's the next stage then, Yui?
Yes. Well, unless you can actually get my recipes and then cook it at home. So the next step is just to put the holy basils in, and then quick mix, and then we're going to swap this, and we're going to swap the pan, and we're going to make the crispy fried egg.
Perfect.
Okay. That's just lovely, and the colour of it, I love this.
Oh wow!
Stir.
Yui, with the Thai basil, I've just got a real hit of like an aniseed flavour, or an aniseed aroma.
Exactly. The holy basils have that aniseed flavour, which is different from the sweet basil of the Italian style, because when the Italian basil hit the heat, it's gone sweet. But with this one, you have that aroma and the aniseed, which is really addictively delicious.
That is fantastic.
My kraprao prawn is done over here. Look at this. I wish everyone could just smell this. So now we're going to leave this on the other side, and then I got the small saucepan here, or the pan here, not saucepan, it's pan. And then I'm going to do the crispy fried egg. So basically with this dish, you got to have your heat really high with the quite a lot of oil, because you want your white egg to be really nice and crispy. And this is a really signature Thai fried egg. So a lot of Thai people, if your fried egg not crispy around the corner, they won't eat it. It's really different from the topical English breakfast with your fried egg here, doesn't it?
I love that. Right. So this is really important. So I've got, like you said, I've got quite a lot of oil in here.
Yes.
And now,
So
now you can see it's starting to bubble up.
Yeah, 2 or 3 tablespoons of the oil. I'm just gonna leave mine, because you're more advanced than me, Andrew. I'm just gonna put my eggs in now. Let mine hot enough. Yeah, that's it. I can hear your ones really sizzling away, which is lovely. And then I've got my spoon over here. And you will have to get this around the white egg start to crisp up. That's why you want the high heat, because you want the egg yolk still really nice and runny. You don't want the egg yolk to be too cooked.
Okay, love that. So I'm just going to check my rice now, which looks fabulous. All that water has now been absorbed.
Perfectly. Yeah, my rice is done really nicely as well. And it's worked every time. And the technique, another technique is actually, if you have time, I normally soak my rice about 10 minutes before I cooked it. So let's make the rice nice and fluffy as well.
This is so much fun. So you do these kind of things online on Instagram, don't you? People can come and join you to do cook-alongs.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I sometimes go on Instagram Live, and a lot of people actually cook along with me as well and show me the result after. Or sometimes they just save it and then make it at home later. And I do a lot of Zoom cooking, private Zoom cooking with organizations, and this is probably one of the popular dish that they request to make.
Fabulous. Now, I was watching a TV program yesterday called Beat the Chef, which is on Channel 4.
Yes.
Yes. And this poor lady who was on yesterday was up against Mark Sargent, a Michelin star chef that I know very well, and she got absolutely creamed. She only got the £250 from the one they give you. Now, I know you went on Beat the Chef. What was your experience like?
Yes, I certainly did. And I cooked against Frederick. He's amazing. He's such an amazing cook. But I went on and won the money. I went to the 3rd round and I got stopped. I stopped it because I feel like I'm full now, because I won the dessert dish, which is remind me of my nan, and I got really emotional then, because the ingredients I have to cook is ginger, and it was her favorite ingredients to cook. So I won that round, and I said I'll stop. I don't care about money. Money's nice that I have already, and I just stop. And yeah, so that's good. But
fantastic.
It's good experience.
You beat the chef. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
I can see on my eggs now. My eggs, they've got that little crispy bit around the edge. I see exactly what you're saying, and all bubbled up beautifully.
Yes, that's right. As you can see, this is the perfect fried egg that a lot of Thai people love to have. And you have that crispy around with the white egg, and then the yolk still really nice and runny. So I think this time to plate up.
Perfect. And what's the procedure to plate up?
Okay. Yes. So I normally would have a little bowl like this, and then I'm going to put the rice in the bowl. Like so. The bowl that you're going to actually sort of like small enough to put it on your big plate. So I've got my rice over the bowl because Thai people want to make their food look really pretty and just inviting for the guests to come around. And the decoration is really important for Thai people because we want it to honor our guests or make people who want to eat our food happy. So I've got the banana leaves here and I'm going to just pop over here and then hopefully it come out. So I make a really lovely rice bowl of like so. And then I'm going to...
Yours looks much better because you've got it on that lovely green banana leaf. I love that.
Oh, thank you. That's all right. And then I'm going to just serve my prawns over the side. Over here. Let me just move over to... So I have room over... So I have the kraprao guung, which is kraprao with prawns over this side. That's beautiful. The color and the smell, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Right, and then I've got some cucumber. So I'm just gonna plate my cucumber over this side. So we have that here. And then one more thing I just wanted to tell you quickly, Andrew, while you're plating yours up. We're going to make nam pla pig, which is a Thai condiment. So I've got really easy, only 4 ingredients. Fish sauce, some lime juice. So I've got 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 lime juice over here. And then I've got some chilies. The chilies goes here. And then I've got 2 cloves of garlic. Chili depends on how brave you are again. If you want it spicy, add loads of chilies. It's no ratios there. And then you can just mix them. And then just add it on. If you have a really serving dish, tiny little bowl for the serving dish, just add that in. And then you serve that with your kraprao prawn over here. There we go. That is it.
And now that looks absolutely Masterchef worthy. We like that. So let me show you this one here. If I bring that forward, there we go. I think it's got a little...
Oh, wow. Yours look
what do we think
lovely
there?
as well. You look so authentic, Andrew. Well done.
Well, I had a good teacher.
That's good. Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
I mean, that is such a beautiful dish. I mean, you've got such a lot of lovely things going on. Lovely sticky jasmine rice, prawns, the vegetables, the onions, all those wonderful flavours. The nice bit of cucumber as well for a bit of freshness in there. And that really crispy egg with that lovely runny yolk on there as well. You've got everything going on, haven't you?
Yes, nearly I forgot to put eggs on. Here we go.
Lovely. Now, I think we should have a little taste. And we do apologise at home if you're watching this and you're feeling very jealous. So should we have a little taste first?
Of course, yes, okay. That's right. I'll get my spoon. But I just can't wait to tuck in. It's one of my favourite dish, and it's actually everyone's favourite dish, really. And every Thai people know this dish, and you just can't go wrong.
That is absolutely delicious. The flavours are so good.
It's really, really
dip
good.
Into that. Dip into my egg yolk there. Oh, wow. That is so delicious.
You've got all of the flavour.
Just fantastic. When you said like a tablespoon of fish sauce, my immediate reaction was, wow, that's a lot of fish sauce. But it's not overpowering at all. It just complements the prawns, doesn't it? It's wonderful.
It does, yeah, and with a little bit of the lime juice and the but you don't eat a lot with them though. You just have a little dip. Just use that for put over again, and it just lift the flavour up. rather than just make it more saltier.
That's just so good. I'm going to put that down, otherwise I'll end up eating it in front of everybody, and that really would be quite rude. We did say at the beginning, we talked a little bit about the fact that you haven't been able to go home for a while, and you normally do that every single year, don't you?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So when you do get to go home as soon as possible, are you going to try and go for a longer period? And also, where are you going to go when you go home?
Oh, if I manage to get to Thailand this year, I would actually try to go for the whole month. And my favorite place is Hua Hin, which a lot of people, Thai people know as well. It's not too commercial, but it's really lovely and relaxing. They have a really good street market in the evening, and you still can manage to see the really Thai cultures. Loads of beautiful temples you can visit, and lovely beaches. And I love Phuket, Krabi, other places, or Chiang Rai. They're all beautiful. I've been there, and I absolutely love. I've been back to Thailand every year, but every year I go to different places, and it's still got so many on my list to go. And I'm Thai.
And I know on your website you've got some really nice blogs there, where you've got some kind of photographs of some wonderful little markets you've been going to, temples that you visited, this kind of thing.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's right. Yeah, and I put my mum and dad on there as well. So it just I wanted to show that it is actually I spend my time in Thailand. I spend with my family, and we go to the temple. We gone to my mum actually still wake me up at 6 o'clock at home, and because we have a monk, we have a monk actually walking to our village in the morning. So she woke me up at 6 o'clock, and then the monk will come back 6:30. I'll just brush my teeth and then making merit, so you don't have to go to the temple. But for the sort of important Buddhist days, we tend to go to the temple and make merits. But but it's just the culture that I miss, and it's just and if everyone go to Thailand, please visit and experience those cultures. Visit the temple, visit the market, and just see a daily life of the people who live there. And I think it's just beautiful. And we have so many places to visit.
I think also it's wonderful that you're doing a lot of work with the Tourism Authority of Thailand as well. And of course, after this, everybody, you really should all click over to the virtual stand for the Thai Tourism Authority, because there's lots and lots of information there, and they'll be ready to talk to you. You can set up a meeting with them as well. And Yui, I understand that you've got some recipes that are on the virtual stand as well.
Yes, correct. Yes, I've got 3 more recipes to give away. So I've got the recipe to make the perfect jasmine rice, and 2 more recipes that if you visit the Thai stand, you will be able to get my recipes as well.
Fabulous.
Shall I reveal what it is, or they're just gonna find out?
Yeah, make sure you go over to that stand, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
There's lots of wonderful things there, but I can absolutely tell you this dish is absolutely wonderful. I've watched all the videos on your website as well, and they're lovely. And do you know what I love about your videos, Yui? You're so gentle in a world where everything seems to be quite aggressive, especially with food. You see food videos and it's all very, very fast and it's all very loud. Your videos are just so wonderful. They're so gentle, and you just understand what you're trying to do.
Oh, thank you. That's really, really kind of you. And I think my characters and my nature and my personality show when I'm cooking food, because I'm not quite sort of like rough and tough. So I'll just try to be gentle and treat food as you treat your guests, or treat food as you want your guests to see. So I think that show, hopefully, yeah.
Oh, it certainly does. Well, I can see that we're just about right on time here. So before I wrap up the whole day that we've had here at Destinations TV, I'd just like to say thank you so much, Yui. It's so great to see you and to work with you again.
Thank you.
Just love everything you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell everyone about your website and your social media if they want to follow you afterwards.
Yeah, of course. And if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Cooking with Yui. You search on it, you type Yui, and then my face will come up. And it will be on same on Twitter and Facebook. And then my website, you can type cookingwithyui.com or cryingtigercafe.com. They will take you to the same website. And I've got YouTube as well. It's Yui Miles or Cooking with
So,
Yui. That's
so
two
absolutely.
names.
Make sure you do follow Yui, everybody. Everything she does is just fabulous, and make sure you book
thank
some
you.
private dining as well. It's so lovely to see you. Thank you very much, Yui, and hopefully I'll see you in person
You're
at one of the
welcome.
shows very soon.